Alright. Welcome back to Metal Heroes Review, episode 62. Yeah, first one of this one I'm actually discussing 4 episodes instead of 2. We're discussing episodes 5 through 8. Well, basically, in the case of 5, it's like, okay, so the plan by Queen Bedora is to take over the world's computers with her with her robot, and of course this new science center, which of course they try to get Spielban away from it, but eventually does find out during the course of the episode. There's a funny moment here where Dago's sister yells and is like, "Wait, why didn't you tell me?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" The fact that he has 300 million yen in his bank account. Yeah, and it's all done because of the computer stuff. I don't know if he has it right now because they don't really go into it because by the end of the episode, they destroyed the monster. But it's a really cool concept. At one point, even having missiles just randomly just firing off without being ordered to be fired upon. Really cool concepts this episode. Of course, the monster's defeated, and of course, basically the finished foil. Also, Helen is not, in a way, she's not with. I think in the case of 5, she is forced to come back, though she leaves him once again. And she's basically spent some time hiding to avoid becoming Helvina. Yeah, her appearance as Helvina in episode 5 is very brief. It's like for one scene, and that's it. Yep. Episode 6. Now, in episode 5, we have the debut of the first ever bio life form. A creature created by Dr. Bio. Yes, and of course, one little note of this episode is that Queen Bedora wants him to also do updates to Helvina too, along with updating, this bio creature. And he's like, he doesn't say this, so he's like, I have no interest in updating Helvina. She's fine as she is. So, yeah, the whole thing about spending poison, but it's a really interesting episode. I do like the fact Dr. Bio, and of course, basically, by the end of the episode, and of course, there's this weird moment in the episode where Spielban gets heavily damaged, so he needs a recharge. So the recharge is to hold hands with Dinah, and her suit is literally a charge suit for him. Now, it's like, okay, so let's do this and hold their hand. It's almost like these two are a couple, but they're really not. It's a weird scene, and I did see this in VR Troopers. I guess when people see this in VR Troopers, they'll be, why in the world are they doing this for? This looks so weird. Why is Caitlin giving JB a power boost? Oh, that's because it's from Spielban. That's why. It's from this very episode. It is so bizarre to see this. And he gets a recharge, and he beats the creature. And it's like, you failed, Dr. Bio. It's my turn. Let's set out Mechamacha. And the big thing in this one is that Warthog's plan in this one is to convert the oceans from salt to fresh water. Yeah, and also they killed all these fish for this one island, and the aquarium was under their control, which I gotta admit, that's actually pretty ballsy of them. Yeah, because at least not going to be stupid. At least that's one thing that praised for the Warthog, probably because it's written by a good writer. And is it short write this episode? He does write it. It's a very interesting episode. Aside from the whole thing of the plot seemed interesting, of course, months by the end of the episode. As for if in fact, if the freshwater turned back to salt, unknown because they just completely don't mention the next episode. Next episode, they mention, Dinah basically is always there where she shows up. It's like, the bio thing is distracted by her presence, they have to confirm it, and then eventually the monster is destroyed. Now, during the course of this episode, while she's looking for Helen, which she finds in the episode, and she even talks to her, the monster attacks her a lot throughout the episode. At one point, the monster destroys her sniper gun and does heavy damage to her, including basically wounding her arm. And of course, Helen helps her escape. And this gets back to Queen Bedore by the end of the episode. And of course, well, she's like, okay, yeah, you're Helen. She's like, no, I'm not. Yeah, you are. You're Helen. And they run away to a cave. They're like, you wait here and I'll bring back Spielban, your brother. And also in the episode, this is really cool. In a way, Spielban makes his first time he appears in front of people. Because if you watch the series so far, in the first 7 episodes, the only person he's interacted with in his metal form has been Daggeron. Daggero. And now he has a group of people who's interacting. I'm like, that's interesting. He's like, who are you? He's like, I'm Spielban. Yeah, it's similar to Sherivan. Yeah, very similar. And of course he has to drive to a dam, and of course she gets knocked off. Eventually they do in fact reunite. I love all the investigating this episode. And if she gives critical info about this robot where it has shoulder cannons. Where Lily has three faces. Eventually he does destroy the monster in the episode. And then Queen Pandora finds out, oh, Helen actually helped basically Dinah escape. And that sets up for the next episode. Great 4 episodes. Nothing bad here per se. Excuse me. I do have a slight change to basically go on my break because the original plan to take a break was at episode 30 or 31, but I decided to do it at 24. Purely because basically if I do it, good for Metal Heroes, if I stop at 14, people will be like, 31, like, why didn't you just do the remaining 13? But having 20 episodes left basically is not bad. So with this one, we have about 16 left to go before we're basically on break. Okay, so that's episode review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do hit the like button. Well, there'll probably be a streaming a bit, and also there will be hopefully before that I get a chance to watch that Seven Crowns of Slime. Okay, next video. Bye.